In this video today, we're going to look at Latin cardinal numbers. Now, cardinal versus, well, I think I gave you a little bit of an earthquake there. Sorry about that. Ordinal. We're not going to look so much at ordinal numbers today. Ordinal numbers, I know this is a stretch, tell you order. First, second, third, as opposed to 1, 2, 3. This is the cardinal number. I'm going to need to look up the etymological root of cardinal. Ordinal, pretty obvious. Cardinal, I can't remember off the top of my head. I'll have to see if I can find that. Now, most cardinal numbers are indeclinable. They're nouns that stand on their own. Ordinal numbers, because you have first place, first chair, first teacher, those are more like an adjective, so those are generally declined. But for cardinal, 1, 2, and 3 are really the only declinable ones. So let's go through. Unas, duo, unus, duo, tres, quator, quinque, sex, septem, octo, novem, decem. Undecem, duodecem, tridecem, quattordecem, quindecem, sedecem, septendecem, duodecimviginti, 2 from 20. Kind of a cool word, isn't it? Duodecimviginti, undecimviginti, 1 from 20. Et viginti. I like the way that they subtract 2 to get 18, rather than say octodecem. Usually when Latin diverges, there's a reason. There are some, for example, ablative of accompaniment, cum plus the ablative. When we say it with a pronoun, we swap the order and turn it into one word. Make-em, take-em, say-em, with me, with you, with him. There's a reason. One of the regular moving forward constructions would be a swear word. So they swapped them all. I don't know if octodecem is something else, but I do know that we say duodecimviginti rather than 18. So again, we'll go through the pronunciation 1 to 20 again. If you want to go ahead and read through with them with me, that would be awesome. Unus, duo, tres, quator, quinque, sex, septem, octo, novem, decem, undecem, duodecem, tridecem, quattordecem, quindecem, sedecem, septemdecem, duodecimviginti, undecimviginti. Now, looking at the picture at the bottom, we see una placenta, 1 cake. Unam placentam, accusative 1 cake. Now let's look at the candles. Septem candelae, septem candelas. So see here, una declines and agrees with the nominative and accusative noun in gender, number, and case. Not always the same ending. Right here it is, but it has to agree in gender, number, and case. Just like any other adjective. Here, septem is indeclinable. So it does not agree with candelae. It just sits next to it. Things of note to point out. September, October, November, December. December used to be the 10th month. When I was little, I was told that the reason it's no longer the 10th month is because of July for Julius Caesar and August for Augustus. It is true that these two names changed for those 2 months. But that is not why December became the 12th month. In olden days, March, specifically the vernal equinox, was the first month of the year. Somewhere in the, I want to say 1600s, I think it's 1623-ish, we moved the first of the year to January. That's the reason December's no longer the 10th month, but the 12th. So this is cardinal numbers 1 to 20. Then we have our fully declined 1, 2, and 3. You can see that 1 and 2 follow first, second declension adjectives like bonus. This one would be like bonus in the singular. And then here, what have we got? Duo, duai, duo. Okay, so that's a little unusual. But then we have aurum, arum, aurum. Closer. If this was ibis, abis, ibis, it would be a bit like filius and filia. It pulls that O right into it. Obus, abus, obus. And then we either have duos or duo, as and o, obus, abus, obus. What about trace? Trace. Ace, eum, ibis, ace, ibis. Ia, eum, ibis, ia, ibis. This is third declension, I stem. Now, do not worry. If you have not studied third declension I stems yet, it all depends on who you are watching this video, right? Whether you've done it or not. It's okay. You can still look at the third declension endings. What do we know? We still know that neuter likes A. We also know that our nominative and accusative like to have the same ending, as do dative and ablative. We can get by with that even if we don't already know third I stem endings. Now, 20 to 100, we continue on our cardinal, ignoring the ordinal. Waginti. Oh, now we go straight to 30, right? Triginti, quadraginta, quinquaginta, sexaginta, septuaginta, octoginta, nonaginta, and centum. But how do we actually count? Waginti unas, waginti unas, or unus et waginti, as opposed to un de waginti. So you can imagine, we'll start counting over again. Back to this page. Unus, duo, tres, quator, quinque, sex, septem, octo, novem, decem, undecem, duodecem, tridecem, quatorgecem, quindecem, sedecem, septemgentum, tongue-tied, septemdecem, duodewaginti, undewaginti, waginti, unus et waginti. Do we want to keep doing the et or the after? Waginti duo, waginti trace, waginti quattor, waginti quinque, waginti sex, waginti septem, waginti octo, waginti novem, triginta, triginta unus, triginta duo, triginta trace, triginta quattor, triginta quinque, triginta sex, triginta septem, triginta octo, triginta novem, quadraginta. Following? Can you keep counting to 100? Oh my goodness. I remember when my son was in nursery school and his teacher told him 1, 2, skip a few, 99, 100. Unus, dua, skip a few. Nonaginta, novem, centum. 1, 2, skip a few, 99, 100. Now we do 100 to 1,000. So centum, ducenti, trecenti, quadragenti. So if I go back for just a moment, make sure you can see both. Quadraginta, 40. Quadringenti, quadragenti, 400. Quinquaginta, 50. Quingenti, 500. Sescenti, septimgenti, octingenti, nongenti, 1000. 1,000, 1000. How do we count 101? Centum unus. Centum 100, unus. We can also say centum et unus. We can see the beginning of so we can have two adjectives modifying the same noun with no conjunction. In Latin, we always have the et. Here in Numbers, centum unus, out, centum et unus, we are starting to drop that et. Last page for this section on Numbers, we look at 1000, the indeclinable adjective, 1,000 of the objects. 1,000 stars, 1000 astrae, 1000 astrae. Nouns that take the partitive genitive, we use milia and then a noun in the genitive. And we might actually have a number for the number of thousands. So let's see, it gives us a good example here, right? Accusative direct object, tria milia, 3,000 of friends you have. You have 3,000 friends. Partitive genitive, used to describe the part of a whole. Milia, decamilia stellarum, 3,000 stars. We drop that of in English. There's also a partitive ablative. We already know that preposition, e or x. This is just a different use of it. We don't, one reason we don't stress it when we first learn e or x is that we've just learned that of means genitive, possession. So we wait and teach it with partitive genitive. Decamilia, a stalis. Now, I just noticed, but I don't think they noticed, this is 10,000 stars, but they wrote 3,000 here. This is a typo. This should either be tria out, this should be 10,000. Same here. I noticed down here, they switched to 10,000. Cum decamilibus, with 10,000 of stars, with 10,000 stars, I live. We have the milibus in the ablative, not because of the cum, ablative of accompaniment. And then this is the partitive genitive here. I know, we just went from numbers to grammar like that. I'm going to stop the lesson here. The meat of this lesson is the numbers, the counting, not the partitive genitive and partitive ablative. But it's a nice aside. I'm going to stop here. We'll do more counting in class.